Hey everybody, welcome to the countdown. I'm Nina Taylor, along with my co-host.
I'm Bishop Ernest Richard Jr., and we thank you so much for taking the time to come and be with us. Nina, how have you been?
I've been just great. We're having a great summer here in the Midwest, and everything is going just great.
Wow.
So, are you ready to get started? We got some great.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Well, number 20 comes from a lady by the name of Erica Reed. The song's called Building. What are you waiting for? She is slowly making her way into the gospel industry as well as up the charts. Yes, she's slowly doing it, which is a great thing. Making her way into the top 20, kicking it off this week at number 20.
Yes, it is. And slow is always the best way to do it because you get the flavor of the entire song in its entirety.
Yes.
In the number 19 spot, he is no stranger to gospel music.
Mhm.
From the time we first heard him up to this present point in time, this brother has been doing it and doing it big. But here he is on in the number 19 spot. Sicardi Cortez, you've been good to me. Love this song. You know, the first time I heard it, I said this song had great potential, and it's only proven what I said. Keep your eyes open. It won't be long before he makes the top 10.
Absolutely. Did you see him on the Stellars? My
I
goodness.
heard about him. Believe it or not, I heard about him, and I was preoccupied that weekend, and I know they re-aired it, so I'm gonna go to the demand channel and find it and watch it, so that the next time you bring it up, I'll be able to say, "Yeah, man." No, I'm sorry. I'm having.
I've already watched the Stellars 2 times already. So
That's all right, and I still got to go watch it. I plan to because I wanted. I've heard there were so many great performances, and
oh yeah,
this.
Ty Tribbett
Yeah,
definitely set the bar high from the very beginning
wow.
of the show when he opened.
Did we expect anything else
No,
from him?
no, absolutely not. Well,
Wow.
let's keep it moving. Number 18, our friends from Philadelphia, Zach,
Yeah,
one accord. They're making some loud noise in the gospel industry with their
yeah,
song Jehovah
yes.
Jireh. Real excited and real happy for them. Looking forward to them being in the top 10.
Amen. I've been watching Zach for a number of years, and I'm gonna say he's no slouch when it comes to putting good music out. I appreciate what God's doing in, with, and through this brother. So I'm waiting for more doors to open, and I'm waiting for him to make that. He's made that step, but he's got that one extra step he's got to make. And when he gets there, he can turn around and say, "You remember this? Ta-da! I've arrived." No, he won't do that. That's not his forte. That's not what he does. Very humble brother. But let's move to number 17. The man, the myth, the legend, Dietrich Haddon. Is there anything he can put out that don't start selling a million copies immediately? Anyway, his song "Here Comes the Joy," I must have heard it at least 7 or 8 times in the last 3 or 4 days, and each time I hear it, it's just wow,
Yeah.
just makes you pull over and just dance a little bit. I don't advise anybody that's driving to do that, by the
No,
way. And
don't
if
do
you're
it, right?
this, if you're driving, shut the TV off, please. We don't
Well, I
want y'all.
remember, when I interviewed him years ago, I always asked this of a lot of artists, what were you doing and where were you at when you heard yourself on radio the very first
Wow.
time? He said he was in the car going to rehearsal and it came on the radio there in
Mm.
Detroit and they pulled over and jumped out and started screaming out of the car.
And that's a common reaction, believe
I
it or
said,
not.
what?
Now, I'm going to make you laugh a little bit. The first time I ever heard a radio show that I was on being played, I almost did the same thing. I just pulled over, beaming from ear to ear. All 32s and some I borrowed were all out. I'm cheesing like a crazy person because I don't listen to me on the radio, but that particular time, it
Mhm.
caught me so off guard, and I understand. I understand. Now, when we get to number 15, oh, shoot,
We're at
Nina.
number 16.
I know we
Okay.
are.
Number
I know we
16
are.
is the one we're talking about earlier. Ty
Yeah,
Tribbett came out on
yeah,
the covers, and just
yes,
before the
yeah.
stage part, they said we got to rebuild it after the opening act. He came out with his brand new song "New," which is
Yeah.
quickly making its way up to the top 10. So congratulations.
He really is.
Yes.
Ty Tribbett keeps surprising me. Every
Mhm.
time I hear from him, this brother just keeps surprising me. And well, I know he's not finished, not by a long shot. A
Correct.
legend in the making in his own right for the genre of music that he produces. We bless God for him. But in the number 15 spot, Marcus Jordan, here's another one that's coming along very nicely, slowly developing. We get to see, there's a difference between microwave music and music that's being rotisserie done.
Microwave music.
There's that
Does that mean
microwave
they
movie.
made it quick? Or what?
It's on. No, not that they made it quick, that it comes up quick and just as quick as it came, it burns out. You know,
Wow.
similar to the one hit wonders. This brother's not a one hit wonder.
Mhm.
He's like a rotisserie chicken. You know how you seal in the flavors and the juices as it keeps turning and turning? This is
Like
Marcus
cooking in a
Jordan.
crock pot.
Yeah, you can put him in a crock pot too. He's gonna have all the
Yeah.
flavor you need when you get finished. I
Mhm.
bless God for his music and for what God's doing with him. So
Mhm.
let's look for some more from him. And in the process, let's just enjoy what he's already put on the table because the feast is fabulous.
All right. Number 14, Jordan Armstrong.
Yeah,
He's just cranking them out quickly, and he did a good thing by teaming up with Erica Campbell with this song called It's a Great Song, and it's slowly making its way to the top 10 as well. So congratulations to him. He's just doing it, isn't he?
my goodness. Well, Jordan, I love you and I appreciate you. I'm looking to hear, and what can we say about Erica Campbell? We're gonna hold her because we'll talk about her a lot more a little bit later. But in the number 13 spot, no, this isn't Brian Courtney Wilson. This is Brian Andrew Wilson.
Hmm.
This brother has a song entitled The Ride. I think I heard it once, and I didn't hear it all the way through, but for what I did hear, I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
And I'm one of those that I'm very easy when it comes to gospel music. If I think it has potential, I'll sit and listen. If it's one of those songs that sound like it just bailed out of somebody's garage, you ain't got to worry about me. I'll go to the next channel, you
Yeah,
know. But he's not one of those. So we bless God for him. Brian, keep doing what you're doing, brother. And if you're watching, we want to let you know we're behind you 1,000%. We're pressing for you, bro.
absolutely. All right, JJ Harrison has our number 12 song this week.
My man.
Called Thankful. Wow. And what happened to JJ's group too? Everybody is like getting rid of their groups. What's going on?
And a lot of the artists are finding it very expensive to travel with the original group, so they sort of kind of set up pocket groups.
Uh-huh.
This is my opinion. Remember, this is Ernest 1 and 1. Bishop Richard 1 and 1. This doesn't
Pocket
mean that
groups.
it's true, but
Uh-huh.
they appear to be pocket groups. But they know what the music is, they know what the song is, and they're always ready. But the original group always, when they get together, oh my God, he's had a couple of videos out on social media where they were just having an all-out party. That's all we could say about that. But that's J.J. Harrison, Youthful
Yeah,
Praise. They
absolutely.
do what they do. Now, I want to turn your attention to a noisemaker, legitimate noisemaker. I know I didn't see the Stellars. You could tell me more about it, but I understand Maverick City Music made some ridiculous noise
Yes.
during the Stellars. And having Kirk Franklin in their corner and
Uh-huh.
featuring Naomi Rain and Chandler, whoo, Charlie, I'm
Yeah.
about to jump up out this seat, start dancing by myself. The song
Yes.
entitled
Yes.
Kingdom.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, this is a hot piece right here, okay?
It really
I'm
is.
gonna
It
tell you
really
right
is.
now, this should be in the top 5 within the next 2 weeks, if not to the number 1
This
spot.
song is quickly heading towards number one, which is gonna
Yes,
land there pretty soon.
yes,
That's
yes.
it.
I'm trying to behave myself because I know
Yeah.
we get in front of a camera, we have to be professional. But the music side of me just wants to say, yeah.
You just want to start screaming and cheering. And rightfully so. Yeah, they're awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
You know what they say? They saved the best for last. They,
yeah.
Ty Tribbett started off the Stellars, Maverick and Kirk Franklin ended it with a bang. And I can't wait for you to see it, right? It
I'm
was an
telling
awesome, awesome show. They always do a great job. The Stellars is
they do.
always
They really do.
top of the
Oh,
line, top of the line. Definitely
they
is.
really do.
All right, number 10 this week. Kicking off the top 10, Jokia with Let Him In. Now, who knew when I met her back in 20, I think it was 2019, just before COVID, just before all this craziness jumped on.
Yeah.
And the person who introduced me to her said she's on the way. And just a couple of months later, she released Yahweh, and it was a done deal.
Yeah.
Boom. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that and that happens with a lot of the artists, when we meet them, they haven't had a hit yet. And then a couple months later, boom.
Here it
And
is.
I'm happy to say she's been back on the show since making hits 2 more times. So that's awesome. I look forward to speaking to her again. So congratulations, Jokia, kicking off the top 10 this week with her great song, Let Him In.
Holding on and in the number 9 spot. This young lady has been making noise for quite a little bit of time now, and this is no different. Jacqueline Carr, My Portion.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard this song yet, folks, what are you listening to? That's all I want to know. What are you listening to?
Not any radio station in the country.
There you go. I mean, maybe in another language you don't understand. The truth of the matter is, Jacqueline Carr is authentic. There's no other word I can come up with for her. She is authentic. She has the ability to minister. But here's what I like about it, that old school style. It's like, all right, I'm gonna throw something out there, and folks, this isn't what it's not what it's about to sound like, but just use your imagination for a minute. You ever had a good meatloaf with gravy? I'm just saying, this is and for
everything
you,
is food with you, right?
well, you know what the bottom line is, I can equate it with the food because when you get a good meal or you get a meatloaf, to me is a good mood food. And
How about
Jacqueline
a
Clark,
steak, a
her,
nice big fat steak?
yeah, well, we can do a steak,
We
but
can
to
do
me,
steak.
you're going. She can do the steak. You can do. The whole point is, my dear sister here knows how to deliver and deliver with some major league flavor that
Yes.
makes you just say, That's all you can say to her.
That's all you can
We
say.
bless God for her music, for what she's been doing, and she's not finished yet. She's got a long way to go.
She really
But
does.
I'm gonna say this now. If this video is seen 30 years from now, she's soon to be a legend.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking to you people that are watching 30 years from now.
Yeah. All right. The next one, she was also part of the Stellar program. She actually did this, her current hit, and her last one, Brighter. Of course, I'm
Yes.
talking about Doe from the group Forever Jones. That was a fantastic group. I like to see them actually get back together and do some, just as a family, get together and make another album just for GP, But this was the second highlight of the show of the night for me, for the Stellars. Doe was she's beautiful, just a wonderful talent, and I really, really enjoyed her. So this was one of the highlights of the night for me, also seeing her in person. So Doe has our number 8 song this week with When I Pray.
God bless you, Doe. Number 7, again, no stranger to the charts. He's had so many number ones, I think I stopped counting. And like myself, the Bishop, Marvin Sapp. The song's entitled All in His Hands. And he delivers in like only Marvin Sapp can deliver, with poise, with grace, but with his heart. And the beauty of it is you could feel where there's hurt, you could feel the hurt, where there's pain, discomfort, but when there's joy, you can feel it. I love the positivity of this message, because if you're out there something, you're going through something, I don't know who you are, listen to All in His Hands. You got to remember who's in control. Tell him, Marvin. Oh, he already said it. All in his hands.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to his biopic, which is I think, is it next week? I think it's in 2 weeks. It'll be
it is
up, and we're all looking forward to seeing it. So I'm sure from what I've seen and the previews, looks like it's going to be another great one. So we'll be talking about that in the weeks to come. James Fortune has our number 6 song this week, Will Never Let Me Down, another great one. He was also a part of the Stellar celebration.
Yes.
They were fantastic. I can't wait for you to see it, right?
You know what? When I see it, I already know I'm going to enjoy it. Just
Mhm.
listening to you talk about it and seeing the expressions on your face
Yeah,
when you make mention of these artists, just telling me, man, I missed something. I gotta
you
get.
did.
So I'm gonna make it my business to make sure that I listen and watch the Stellars immediately within the next 2 or 3 days. You hear the next time we get together, I would have seen it, and
Okay.
I'm not going ballistic like you. But let me go ballistic over this group, this duo right here, in the number 5 spot, and even in the top 10, still working the number 5 spot. Todd Delaney comes out of professional baseball, starts making music and an instant hit. And then he got the nerve to go get Smokey Norfolk
Uh-huh.
so he can create some more problems. The song's entitled Satisfied. And I can say this to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't satisfied by the time you finish listening to this song, you will be satisfied. I do promise you with an oath. Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there because if I start talking over people, well, you said with an oath. Yeah, I said with an oath. I'm sorry. Let me stop fussing with folks. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Todd Delaney does an awesome job. His background works with him. Smokey Norfolk just fits in as if he's been part of the group all his life. And I love people like that like to collaborate with others and want to make their project its absolute best. It's like putting on the most expensive suit you can find, and then finding the finest jewelry. See, I didn't say food, I said jewelry
Good. Right. So everything is food with him.
that there is.
All right, as we keep rolling into the top five, of course, my man, Brian Courtney
Yep.
Wilson, has number 4. Uh, like I said before, it can do no wrong. He's the Marvin Gaye of gospel. And the song is
All
called
right.
Sure As, and of course, we love everything he does. Absolutely.
Yeah. What can you say about him? Like I said, Brian Courtney Wilson. That enough said when you just say the name alone.
Mhm.
Now in the number 3 spot, this young man has really taken the gospel field by storm.
Mm.
He is rising in so many different areas, and he's starting to go into other genres of music. And I'm not amazed at that. I just when you listen to the song, he kept me. Lamont Sanders knows how to minister. He knows how to touch the heart of the people of God. You know, he kind of reminds me a little bit, just a little bit, a teeny bit of a David when Saul would have his little fits and David would have to play to soothe his soul. Lamont Sanders had that type of music. He just soothes your soul. You just
Oh,
sit, yes, yeah. You know, you get that old school rocky like the old mothers used to do, sitting on the porch in the country. You know, the
yeah.
Lord will make a way. That kind of mother.
That, wow. Okay. All right. Congratulations, Lamont Sanders. Charles Jenkins, Fellowship
Mm.
Chicago. Every time you talk about a countdown, he's in it somewhere, right? This one features Stephanie Mills, classic, and made it another classic. This week at number 2, down from number 1 from last week, with Never Lose Love. So, congratulations on another great song.
I will say this about Dr. Jenkins. Don't count him out. He'll take a standing 8, but when he gets up,
Probably gonna
he's
stand and
throwing.
count. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't get that standing 8 on him because when he gets up, he's gonna throw a George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali like punch. He
Mhm.
may not float like a butterfly, he can sting like a bee. But remember, it's Charles Jenkins. Stephanie Mills is with him, you see. Let me stop right there. No more. Anyway, let's get to the number 1 song. And we
My
said we would
goodness.
talk about I'm having fun with this. The
Mhm.
number 1 song for this week, and we so appreciate her, our mainstay and a staple in gospel music. From the time her and her sister made their debut to the time she went solo, Erica Campbell has been consistent in all that she has done. Some folk would say you haven't heard a lot of her. Yes, you have. You just ain't been listening. And if you miss positive, you missed one of the better ones. That's all I'm going to say on that. What do you think?
What a great song. Congratulations to, I call her 20 Job, having Erica. Uh, so congratulations to her and much, much more success. I still haven't recovered from the, did you see the, they have like a little competition show on YouTube. I haven't
Uh-huh.
seen a lot of them, but it was Mary Mary against BB and CC,
I
and
did see that.
it was fantastic. I was like, I don't know who won. They both. I don't know.
You know what? I called that one a tie because the four of them were great. It was great to see Mary
Yeah,
Mary back together again. And it was great to see BB and Cece back together again
absolutely.
because each
Yeah.
is in their own solo career, each is
Mhm.
doing well. But to have the four of them on a stage at the same time, even
Beautiful.
though it was a YouTube, people called it a competition. I called it a ministry
It,
because song
it
after
was
song,
great. Hmm.
whether you remember it from back in the day or
Yeah.
whether it's new to you, I'm telling you, they just brought they brought the noise. I guess I could use that phrase. They really brought the noise, and I just enjoyed them. You know, at one point I thought they were going to start shouting. It got so,
Yes. It
but
was
I
a great show. I love watching that
yeah,
show. I love watching that.
yes,
Hope to see more gospel folks on there. That would be great. Just a
yes.
hint, putting that one out there. Hey, but remember, as we are winding up this great show, remember to connect with us on all social media outlets. You can find all my outlets on my website at msninataylor.com. Bishop, how can they connect with you?
Well, guess what, folks? I'm also on Nina's MS Nina Taylor website. But for those of you, and you know, I always offer, if many of you may be going through different things and you just need a quick word of prayer, I want to direct you to pwrtostand.com. Look up the prayer wall or leave a message for yours truly at Pastor E is what it is. Just say hello. Let us know what you want us to pray about. We pray 7 days a week. And we want to make sure that we include you in our prayers. We love you. We appreciate you. Nina, I'm going to give you the final say and the benediction. Not the benediction, the benediction.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for checking us out this week. We'll talk to you soon.